Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the weekly Wednesday for the Financial Freedom newsletter, where every week, every Wednesday, we delve into something inspirational, motivational, something excerpt taken from the Financial Freedom weekly newsletter. Wherever you are, if you're listening on Spotify, on iTunes, Google, be sure to click the like, subscribe, share, comment. And without ado, let's get into the show. Welcome everybody to this week's podcast episode for the Financial Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christopher Liu. And as you know, we talk about 4 different types of freedom: time, financial, location, health freedom. And in that light, I'm always scouring the globe, interviewing entrepreneurs, people doing things on the cutting edge, bringing those insights to you. So today we have Jennifer Tamborski, and she's a digital marketing expert. And I really love digital marketing, social media marketing, influencer marketing. And so today she's also the host of the podcast Marketing Matchmaker. And so today's talk is going to be all about digital marketing, lead generation, and it's going to be a fantastic conversation growing your business. So Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, we had met through Podmatch, which is a great place for podcast hosts and guests to connect. And so tell us more about your story and how you got started, and we'll go from there.
So I think like every entrepreneur, my journey has been a little windy. I actually started my business almost 18 years ago as a virtual assistant. And along the way, I ended up working for a lot of marketers, which meant, working in things like Facebook when Facebook was just starting to grow up, and websites and all of that kind of stuff that goes along with digital marketing. And at one point, I just decided I had learned enough and was able to do this for, my own clients. So I work with business owners to help them create a consistent lead generation source so that they can create consistent sales in their business. Because as business owners, we all know if we don't have anyone to sell to, we don't have sales, which means we don't have revenue, which then it just makes it an expensive hobby.
Yeah, very interesting. And I've always been fascinated with business growth, business strategy, and how you use digital marketing, especially social media marketing. So, for the listeners out there, tell us more about the 2 different ways of generating leads, and we'll go into more questions.
So what we do in my business more often than not is funnels, right? That automated system that you set up that drives people from introduction to purchase process. And then we do paid traffic. So Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, YouTube ads, all of those different platforms that will help you to really drive traffic to people that you would probably have never met before. So we focus on the paid traffic. The other side of lead generation is what they call organic traffic. It's organic things like SEO or networking or posting on social media. And what I find is that you need both, because marketing is a multi-layer effect. So you definitely want both. However, organic traffic is slow, right? It's that process that can take months, if not years, to actually get to the point you want. Whereas paid traffic allows you to test things faster and bring in audiences faster and really reach a network that you may never have in the past.
Yeah, it's always this question between time and money. And money, it can save you a lot of time. It can kind of scale. And what are some of the 5 marketing mistakes that most business owners make in digital marketing?
So the biggest mistakes they make, number 1, is consistent. There are 3 types of business owners that market their business. There's the ones that my coach calls being in the entrepreneur witness protection program, right? Where they don't actually tell anyone they own a business, so nobody knows, so nobody buys from them. Then there's that throw spaghetti at the wall, I'm going to try every tactic in the business kind of thing. And it's, again, the start and stop. They start marketing and then they get clients and they stop marketing. and then they start and they stop. And it's just that whole roller coaster. And then it's the last one is really the consistency. I'm out there every day. I'm marketing my business, whether that's through ads or it's through organic traffic or whatever that might be. You are consistently out there. So the biggest mistake that people make is a lack of consistency. The second one is not being super clear. And when I say super clear, I mean down to like shoe size clear about who your ideal client is. Because if you don't know who you work with, you are not able to attract them, right? So you really need to know and understand them from both a demographic and a psychographic perspective. So when I say psychographic, I mean, what do they think? How do they think? What are they, worried about? All of those things, so that you're able to really get yourself in front of them more often. The third mistake people make is waiting. They wait too long to start marketing their business. In reality, most efforts when it comes to business take 3-6 months to come to fruition. So if you wait until you've made X amount of money, until you've had this many clients or whatever to actually start marketing your business, you're already behind the 8 ball. You're already struggling to get to that consistency of leads. And so that's a big mistake that people make. Also, making marketing a nice to have. Marketing is essential to your business. It is essential to help you really grow and scale to that next level. Without marketing, no one knows you exist. Without leads, you have no one to sell to. Without sales, you don't really have a business. You have a really expensive hobby. So making marketing an essential piece of your business is going to help you grow exponentially. And the last one is what I call the field of dreams. It's the assumption that if you build it, they will come. Reality is, we're not Kevin Costner. This isn't a movie. In real life, just because you create something doesn't mean that someone's going to buy it from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are really essential tips. And especially Peter Drucker was like marketing, sales, innovation, those three. And then talking about your ideal client, which you want to niche down. There's a book that's talking about the riches are in the niches. And so tell us why you want to date your ideal client.
So I have a process in my business called dating your ideal client, because I firmly believe that marketing and business is all about relationships. So if you look at it from a perspective of a relationship, you're better able to see it from the perspective of your client, right? So I take my my clients through a process that goes from introduction, which is really where that's step one of business, which is designing out your ideal client map, designing out how they're going to be introduced to you, knowing who it is that you're going to target. All of that information goes into the introduction phase before you actually even put yourself out there into the public. Then we move into what I like to call the flirting phase, which, just like anyone in dating a relationship, these steps follow that same process, right? So in a real, authentic, romantic relationship, you go through texting each other and chatting and learning about each other. For me, that's more about content development, delivering them information about who you are so that they can build that know, like, and trust, which leads us into the dating phase, which, just like in real life, means getting, actually interacting with them. In digital marketing, it's really putting them onto your email list, giving them a lead magnet, a free offer, something that will get them to really step into your world so that you're able to then better engage with them. That then takes us to the commitment phase, which is what most people are looking for, right? That's where the money comes in. It's where they buy from you. And then the last phase of marketing that most people forget is keeping the romance alive. Because like any relationship, including, really your dating relationship, it's all about what happens after the sale. It's how are you still connecting with them? Is there another thing you can offer them? Can you, grow them up your value ladder? Or if not, can you get them to be your referral? They refer everyone they know to you so that those people buy from you. Those 5 phases of marketing really help you to develop a process that's authentic to who you are, and also that connects with and helps your audience grow into a position where they become your raving fan and are ready to not only buy from you, but sell you to everyone they know.
Yeah, you have to really, as you were describing, you have to know your customer avatar to the T, and you have to be like super, hate to use the word, but ruthless, who your customer avatar is. And
it's not everybody is your person, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like when I've taken on clients that are just not the right fit, it's usually a waste of time and energy, no matter how much money they pay. It's better just to stay in your lane. One question I had, which was really interesting, was okay. So, this idea of organic versus paid, and I talked to a lot of entrepreneurs. They're like, I do purely organic, and I scaled it up to, million followers on Instagram or TikTok. And they're like, yeah, I tried paid ads and I wasted a bunch of money. They don't work. And because it's actually really a skill. You have to really know how to design these.
Yeah.
You have to pay somebody. Usually you pay these agencies to kind of run these ads for you. Tell us about that.
So first of all, you can absolutely grow your organic following to 1 million followers. That's all well and good. But are those 1 million followers actually buying from you is question number 1. Because if they're not, what good does that do you? The paid traffic versus organic. Paid traffic is definitely a skill that requires you to be on top of what Facebook is doing, what's their latest thing, or Instagram, or YouTube or LinkedIn, or whatever your paid traffic source is. Where are your people hanging out? Really understanding how those algorithms work is a full-time job. And I always ask the question, are you doing your own taxes? Coming from someone who was audited, I would say if you're doing your own taxes, that's a bad idea. Also, if you got sick, would you treat yourself or would you go to a doctor? There's a reason that there are people out there that are experts in what they do. And if you don't have the time to become an expert in this, and especially in the paid traffic world, you're going to end up wasting a lot of money. So yes, those ads may have failed you, but was that because you were running them yourself and you didn't really know what you were doing? Or was it because you hired an agency that didn't know what they were doing because you were trying to, rather than invest in it, you were trying to do the cheapest way of running ads? I will tell you right now, in this industry, you get what you pay for. So if you're paying someone $5 an hour to run your ads, you're getting $5 an hour worth of work.
Interesting. Yeah. And so if, for example, if somebody, anybody in the audience or listening, if they wanted to start looking at getting started running ads and hiring a good marketing agencies, what are the top 3 ways or some of the ways that you would recommend?
So the first thing you want to do is really ask them what their successes have been. Ask them about their case studies, because that's really how you're going to know what has worked and what hasn't worked in their business. You should be able to get a pretty good review of somebody's ability based on their case studies. What were they able to do with past clients? And are you in the same field? A lot of paid traffic people will do, some may do e-commerce and some may do lead generation. And then there's a lot of people that just do anything. They hire anybody, or they allow anybody to hire them. Just like you niching down, you really want your paid traffic to be niched into what it is you do. So if you're a business owner that sells e-com, you want to make sure that your agency is really up on the date of how to sell a widget, how to sell a pen or a t-shirt or whatever your thing is that you sell. If you're a business coach and you want those leads coming in, you really want to make sure that the agency that you're hiring is also skilled and experienced in that industry, because it's a whole different E-com to lead generation is a whole different ball of wax, and you may not be getting as good of results as you could if they were niche down.
Yeah.
The other thing is can they talk to you in a way that you understand? I know when I talk to other marketers, sometimes we use all kinds of code, right? CPC and CPA and all of these terms that you may not know what that means. So if they're not able to break it down for you in a way you can understand, they're always going to be talking above you, which is always going to make you feel left out and confused and frustrated because you don't know if what they're doing is really working.
Yeah. These are fascinating insights. And, as we're coming to the near of this talk, some final thoughts is what are some of the things, for example, marketing myths and what's working right now in marketing?
So I love marketing myths. The biggest marketing myth is always that marketing is a like to have, not a must have. It is essential to your business. If you don't market your business, nobody knows you're there. Nobody can buy from you. What's working right now depends on the industry you're in. I know there's this whole idea, and I've seen it all over the place, that Facebook ads aren't working anymore, or that, TikTok ads are the way to go. I'm going to tell you right now, your paid traffic source depends on where your ideal clients are hanging out. If they are on Facebook, Facebook ads is the way to go. Whether or not they work depends on who you're working with and whether or not they know what they're doing. TikTok ads are fabulous. They're fantastic. And only if you're comfortable on video and comfortable doing TikTok, whatever is the biggest, latest craze on it. Not everybody is. So making sure that what you're doing when it comes to ads is authentic to who you are, that's going to be incredibly successful when it comes to really growing your business.
Yeah, that's and what are you seeing is working right now in marketing?
So being authenticity is still the most, and when I say authenticity, I don't mean that kind of overarching like fake authenticity, because there's very much people out there that give this fake feeling of being authentic. It really does mean being true to who you are and creating a marketing plan that is true to who you are. So if you're not comfortable on video, there's no point in creating video. However, I will say if you're not comfortable on video, get over it, because video is the king, queen, prince, and princess of marketing. If you are not creating video in your business right now, you are missing a huge opportunity. The other thing that works hugely when it comes to paid traffic or organic traffic is short form content. Every platform is pushing it. So you have Facebook Reels, you have TikTok, you have Instagram Short or YouTube Shorts. All of them have short form content. Being able to be concise and clear about what it is you do, who you attract, and being able to speak to them in 2 minutes or less, that's going to be a big ticket item for you.
Yeah. I love the short forms and video. That's the best, and all the algorithms are pushing that form of content. Great conversation. How do people follow you, visit your website, and contact you?
You are welcome to come over to Marketing Matchmaker, my podcast. I share pretty much all I know about marketing on that podcast, so you're always welcome to join me there. Or you can head over to virtualmarketingexpert.com and visit my website.
Yeah, fantastic conversation. Be sure to check out Jennifer's resources in the links and show notes. She's all on social, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, as well as her website. So be sure to check that out. And really great conversation. I love digital marketing, social media marketing. It's really unlocked a whole lot of value for creators and just people out there, small businesses. So thanks so much. And we look forward, and thanks for coming on to the show.
Thanks.
I hope you really enjoyed that wonderful, inspirational, motivational piece. Again, wherever you are listening, if you liked it, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. We're on everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Google, Amazon, Audible. And without much ado, be sure to thank this show's sponsors, and we'll see you next week.